BXB. It's in the game!
Hey guys, it's me Ben, back with another one of my quick video reviews, and this time I'm looking at the finally fully released Dead Cells by Motion Twin. I'm reviewing on Xbox One, but it's also available on PS4, PC, and if not already, very soon on Nintendo Switch, but I'll be honest, I'm not sure what the release schedule for that is, and I'm guessing this game would be great to play on the Nintendo Switch, like it is on every platform, I would imagine. It's certainly damn good on the Xbox One, but I'll tell you why very shortly. Basically, Dead Cells is a roguelike Metroidvania type experience with randomly generated levels, not completely procedurally generated, more like it's using a tile set, which is all very popular right now. It even has what we expect from the indie game at the moment, which is a pixel art style, but while it maybe doesn't break a lot of fresh ground, boy oh boy does it refine the formula into an experience that I have yet to have with this genre. It is so compelling. So in Dead Cells you play as a kind of headless hero that gets reincarnated again and again and again to come back through this labyrinthian dungeon and other environments as well, to find a way out, to beat the final boss, and to escape this sort of purgatory that the character finds himself in. Obviously, lots of story elements are revealed contextually through notes and things like that as you go through the dungeons and progress to the subsequent environments. Now, first of all, Dead Cells has got a great onboarding system. It's quite easy to pick up and play and get into, but then as you get even a little bit further into the game, you realise that there's a lot of depth in here with customization of the loadouts, with the different types of enemies you're going to find, and you've got a mixture of, it's run-based, so you've got a mixture of upgrades that are applicable to that particular run, and then you have the permanent upgrades that will stick with you across the multiple runs. The main currency that you're carrying about in Dead Cells are the cells, as you were, that you pick up. Yes, heavily inspired, I would imagine, by Dark Souls. So this is a currency that you will lose if you die, but you have to spend everything you collect at the end of each level at one of the myriad of vendors you're going to find throughout the game. There's also a typical shop type vendor which can give you run specific upgrades which you'll find in each of the levels as you explore. So basically everything I've just described is stuff you would have already experienced in this modern sort of oeuvre, this modern genre of roguelike Metroidvania games. It's stuff we've seen in Spelunky and many others since then. So while I'm describing that to you, you might not be so thrilled about the prospect of Dead Cells, but let me tell you why that's not the case and why you should be excited to play this game. First of all, the animation is fantastic, and the animation plays a big part of in the combat experience. And by that I mean it's not there is an animation priority. You can, for example, roll out of an attack, or you can an attack out of a roll. So, whatever you need to do at any moment, be it jump, dodge, roll, attack, throw an item, you can do it. So everything feels unbelievably well done. Beyond that, the game looks beautiful in motion. It has a color palette that sets it apart from other games of this genre. Everything is vibrant and engaging, and it really encourages you to want to explore these environments and these worlds that you're going to find yourself in. I haven't been able to put Dead Cells down. I have spent so much time playing this game in the week or so I've had here prior to release. I absolutely love it. There is something about how the combat feels. It's quite intangible and hard to describe, but everything feels very immediate, everything feels very accurate, and there's a real sense that it's player agency above all else, that the inputs you are putting into that controller are reflected by your character on screen immediately, and everything runs so beautifully, and there's a great sense of speed to it. There's a great sense of tactical depth to the combat because of the different loadouts you can carry. So you've got two main offensive slots, and then you have two sort of ancillary slots that will give you, say, throwables, so grenades and traps. So in your two offensive slots, you could have anything between a sword and a bow and arrow, pretty standard. Or you can have a whip and throwing daggers. Or you could have two swords. Or you could have a mallet and a bow. And each of these things will have different combo potentials. For example, things do elemental damage, and the elemental damage can then have extra damage on a different weapon type. For example, if you freeze an enemy and then set it on fire, you might do more damage from that. So you're thinking about combos in your loadouts and your builds as you go forward. Now, obviously, being a roguelike, it depends on each run, what weapons you're going to find, what weapons you're going to pick up, and which weapons you can buy. It also will have an effect on the weapons you start the game with. At the beginning, you start with very, very basic weapons, but as you upgrade more and more things with your permanent sales currency, you're going to be unlocking things such as random melee and ranged weapons from the very start of the game. So you could get a run where you've got an amazing loadout right from the outset, which means you're going to get much further if it really lends itself to your playstyle. And I've had great fun experimenting with different types of loadouts, be it all melee focused or all range focused or magic focused. And as you're going through the game, you're obviously being able to pick up upgrades that give you more powerful attacks and increase your health. Yeah, it's what you'd expect, but there's something about Dead Cells that packages everything into such a perfect little box that it's super, super fun. It looks great, it plays great, it's got a fun sense of humour from the character text you're going to find throughout the game, from the sort of lore, but also from just how your character will do little nods and shrugs at you, the player, when he finds something maybe a little bit weird. And it's these little touches that really help make you engage with the experience and have fun while playing what is pretty hard and challenging game. You're going to die a lot, but that's the nature of these types of games. You're always going to get a bit better, you're always going to feel that progress, and I think that is balanced beautifully, and it makes you want to come back again and again, rather than, say, having that singular experience that pushes you away, as some of these roguelike Metroidvania games have done in the past. So yeah, I highly recommend Dead Cells. I am super happy to say this is without a doubt a special experience, especially on the Xbox One, which is what I played it on. So I'm going to give Dead Cells 5 out of 5 stars.
BXB. It's in the game.